Welcome to another episode of Brothers Arguing Sports. I'm Zob. Across the Zoom is TD. And today we're going to spend about 4 minutes debating what is Brian Cashman's biggest weakness when constructing a team. TD, why don't you go first? What do you think his biggest single weakness is?
The overwhelming theme of Cashman's failure to build a roster, in my opinion, has been his over-reliance on older, past their prime players to do the heavy lifting for a team. And this year's team is a perfect example. You look at the core of this team expected to do the lifting: Stanton, LeMahieu, Rizzo, Donaldson. Imagine those four if it wasn't 2023 this year, but 2013. Stanton would be coming up to his MVP season. LeMahieu would be a young guy about to win 2 batting titles. Rizzo would be about to be on a run to win a World Series. Donaldson would have his MVP season ahead of him. And that right there is his biggest flaw, is this over-reliance on these people that have to carry the water, but are too old and too injured.
I agree with you that age is a part of it, but I think the bigger theme, and I a little bit have the same thought of you, is it's his inability to put together players that complement each other and are in a position to succeed. Because if you remember in the mid 2000s, between about 2004 and 2008, the Yankees lineups were out of this world. The A-Rods, Matsuis, Posada, Jeter.
But he couldn't get the pitching.
But they didn't get the pitching. And now, if you look at their lineups, I was looking at the lineup from 2019, the ALCS against the Astros. The only lefties in the lineup, you had an old Gardy and a Didi Gregorius, who at that point wasn't that, he wasn't playing that well. The next year against the Rays, you just had an aging Gardner. My point is, it was completely right-handed. He never puts rosters together that just work and fit. So age is part of it, but I think there's other aspects.
Well, you know what it is. That's a lot of it is analytics. It's over-reliance on analytics. Because he's looking, goes, well, this guy's ops is this and his hard hit percentage is this. So technically on paper, this should all come together. Then when it goes on the field, it just doesn't, they're slow. It's too right-handed heavy.
And that's what I mean. And that's what I thought. I remember that 2019 when you had, Stanton, Judge, Edwin Encarnacion, Glaber, they were all righty, somewhat power hitters, but you need guys to run around the bases to get that clutch just 2-out flick into right field in the playoffs.
Well, you know what's up? There's no analytic stat for that.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why he misses it. And it goes back to Torrey and him's argument, where Torrey said there's a heartbeat to baseball. Well, and just another to my point, they are good players. Like LeMahieu, he can field, he can hit for average. Rizzo is a top-tier fielder. Donaldson is a top-tier fielder. He can hit for power. It works. They're just too many years past when they did it well.
But they also don't fit together, because here's the last point I want to make. I was thinking, because obviously they're older players past their prime, but remember that 96 team. You had Wade Boggs platooning with Charlie Hayes, Cecil Fielder platooning with Tino Martinez at the end. You had Tim Raines, Darryl Strawberry. These guys were older, but they were in a great position to succeed. They weren't asked to carry day in, day out, get the hits. That was the Jeters. That was the Bernies. So it's good to have veteran players. Imagine DJ LeMahieu on the Braves, just coming off, spot starting. He would be great. But the way they have the lineup now, they expected these older guys to just, like you said, carry the load. And you need to have guys complement. And another point.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. And we don't have that.
But also, I said, put in position to win. And, you look at left field this year. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa has been great. He's been getting big hits. But out in left field, he's not a left fielder. And you're not putting him in a great position to succeed. So that's I don't think, and like Stan gets killed, LeMahieu, these guys get criticized but they're not young guys in their prime who in the middle of the lineup in the middle of a hot summer day. At this point of their career, this isn't the best way to use
No,
them.
exactly. They're like a Strawberry and a Cecil, and they were perfect coming in off the bench for a game or two. No, I agree.
And also playing that role as more mentor for a younger guy. So both our arguments are somewhat similar. Yours is more age related. Mine is more putting together guy like a pieces of a puzzle that just fit. Like you look at this team, what I've really lacks just guys who could fly around the bases. Like you want to score runs, how you see Stanton hobbling, you see Judge hobbling now with his injury. You just don't have guys who are just flying around the bases to score.
Well, it's similar. It's no 5-tool players.
Yeah.
The huge lack of 5-tool players.
All right, so let us know what you think in comments. What do you think Brian Cashman, his biggest weakness is when putting a roster together? And have a great weekend, everyone, as well. Bye.